Hello, everyone, and this is your host, Nadeem, with another episode of Biz Vibes from the TBCIN studios in Dubai. Today, I am truly honored to have a very accomplished personality with me, who has agreed to share her thoughts with us. Alakananda Pramanik is an award-winning, best-selling author of several books. But that's not all. And I promise, as we discover during our talk today, she is a lot more than just an author. So let us hear from her directly. Alaka, welcome to our Biz Vibes for TBCIN TV.
Thank you so much, Nadeem, and thank you for inviting me to join here today. And it's really such a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. Let me start by asking you, Alaka, I have gone through your profile. You are an accomplished writer and author of several books. But when I was going through your profile, it shows that you are also into the corporate world as a VP and a senior manager in an IT corporation and council member at the Women's India Chamber of Commerce and Industry. You've played roles in local Hindi and Bengali short movies.
Yes.
And most importantly, you are a super mom, you say. So
Yes.
just tell us briefly about yourself, Alak, and how your journey started and how did you reach where you are today?
Yes, sure. Thank you so much, Nadeem. I was born in a very simple and well-educated family in Nagpur in Maharashtra, and I grew up in a very family-oriented environment. And having finished my schooling and graduation, I got married and had two lovely children. I did not stop studying as I always yearned to gain knowledge. So post-marriage, I pursued diverse fields like, I did international airlines management, I did HR management, I did computer courses and all. I worked for a decade in international and domestic airline industries. And then, of course, now with the corporate world, I'm with Solitaire as a VP. It's a writer's platform. It's an e-learning platform. I'm master storyteller with Success IQ. So there are so many things, And since childhood, I have always been passionate about music, painting, and writing, and I love exploring the beauty of life. So almost a decade ago, I had started dreaming of becoming a writer. And in fact, I had started writing a beautiful, dreamy story of love and life when lightning struck me. And my writing was ripped by the emotions and the situations that ravaged my life at that moment. I felt myself sinking, deeper and deeper into the darkness of depression. Something was not right, and I couldn't place my finger on it. I could feel a void and vacuum growing within me. And I would sit in the darkness wondering what is happening with my life. I was vulnerable and I could not escape even the molesting hands of a close relative, which almost killed me internally further. Then strangers helped me find a foothold, and I found myself. I found happiness in serving the needy, and I forgot my grief while bringing smiles on the faces of people who needed it. There was so much love around, and people were looking up to me. Many started calling me mother, and today I'm known as super mom because of that. And you know what? When one day my cupboard and my drawers were ransacked, and in my absence, my writing was stolen and destroyed, my dream to become a writer changed to a rigid determination and a promise to become a published writer. And today I'm a best-selling author, master storyteller, inspiring people with my stories. So my rebirth as an author was the turning point of my life that put me on my literary journey. I put together all my stories that I had been writing for these years and finally published my first solo book, Soulstar, in 2020. And then the next one, The Little Secrets to Big Joy, in 2021, which went on to become Amazon bestseller #1. Now, both the books received critical acclaim, media coverage. To me, what matters most is the satisfaction of knowing that what I have written is read, felt, and appreciated by the readers, that my beliefs have influenced, connected, and touched my readers' hearts. So today I'm a master storyteller too, connecting with people at an emotional level with positivity. And I'm currently working on my third solo book, and I expect it to be published, earlier this year. So I realized that my rebirth as an author is worthless if I cannot bring a positive change in people's lives with my words.
Exactly, exactly.
As you know, rebirth brings a spectacular outcome when life gets rewired. So here I am today, a new life for me, and I'm absolutely loving it.
That's great, very inspiring words, and it's an example where you took advantage of difficult times to come up and, like you say, a rebirth to start something new
Yes.
during difficult times. That's something we always hear from people about others, but experiencing it yourself and overcoming the challenges, that's
Yes.
a great achievement, I would say, on a personal
Yes.
level for you. So how do you divide your time between so many roles and responsibilities, Alak?
Yeah, Nadim, I grew up watching my parents efficiently multitask, and they have been my inspiration in everything that I do in my life. Today, I'm successfully juggling my work as well as living my dreams. And like you, many have asked me time and again, how do you do it? How do you manage time? So, well, you know what? I prioritize my tasks for the next day on the previous night, and I do them too. I try my best. So what I do is I practically close my eyes and run the sequence of events within my mind's eye. And my day is planned every day before starting in the morning. And another thing is that music is a huge stress reliever for me, and so is painting. So music gives me a lot of energy and makes me work better. In fact, I don't even feel tired when I'm listening to music. And I have different genres of music playing all the time, specific to what kind of work I do.
Mhm.
And another thing is that during my walks in the evening, which is after my office work and before my personal activities start, I catch up with friends and family, or I listen to music, because like I told you, I love music, and I listen to music while walking, and let the ideas flow into my mind for my book. And the moment I go home, I quickly note it down,
Great.
and that's how, I'm able to do stuff.
So being busy the whole day in your with your job and everything, do you usually find time only in the evening, or do you prefer the best time to be for your writing to be in the evening when things have been taken care of?
you know yeah, because it's not possible to just sit and write anytime. I have to get into that writing, that zone. Till
Mhm.
I don't get into the zone, it's not possible. It's not like a school work or homework. But the thing is that music has always inspired me. And we always connect emotionally, the words in music. So I do go through writer's block as well, but I know that music can boost me up. Sometimes I even go to a, probably say, coffee shop. I sit in a corner, the aroma of coffee, it just, I
Yeah,
just get into that zone.
stimulates
And then since,
stimulation.
yeah, it stimulates. And once I start writing, I don't realize how 3 4 hours just pass by.
Okay, okay. Talking specifically about writing now, since that's one of your major fields or expertise, writing
Yes,
has to do with passion. If you
yes,
want to be a serious writer, you have to have it within you,
yes.
right? So what is the one, you would say, one main focus or passion of yours that inspires you to write? What is the main?
Uh, that inspires me to write. There are so many things that inspire. Let me tell you, we are all storytellers. Every moment in our life is a story, and there are so many things that inspire us. It can be nature, it can be the blue sky, it can be some experience that we have gone through within our life, or we have seen somebody going through. There are so many things that can inspire us.
Mhm.
Each moment, each story is in our life is an inspiration. And I remember as a child I attempted to write stories though I never dreamt of becoming an author, let me tell you, when as a kid, instead I always wanted to become a pilot, or I wanted to play the guitar and become a rock star. And there was all these things. And I used to, of course, write articles in office and all, but I realized my passion of writing very late in life, actually,
I see.
because all these years my world revolved around my children, my family, and that is what happens. And then over a decade ago, um, uh, aspiring to become an author, I had begun writing story revolving around love, life, and all. And then the bolt from the blue, like I just explained a little while back, and the turbulence which happened in my
Yeah.
life. And the my script, the script that I had written, had got, it was like my cupboards were ransacked and the script was stolen and all. And the day my cupboard and drawers were ransacked and my script was stolen and destroyed, my dream to become a writer changed to a rigid, silly determination to become a published writer. And as I kept writing, because I had gone into a depression, there was so much emotion, and other people's story was, I was connected to them. It was, I was totally connected emotionally. And when I started writing and I started writing, I realized my passion for writing, and the emotions started flowing through my pen. And then I realized that how passionate I was about capturing these moments of life and putting them in. And there is always a message behind every story that happens in our life. And
Mhm.
that's how I started again connecting. So, the passion started coming through that.
It's interesting what you said, is that we are all storytellers, but
Yes.
how to relay those stories is in itself, it's an art. So for the benefit of our viewers, what kind of books do you write, and why did you choose that particular niche?
Yeah. See, I write non-fictions, and the
Okay.
stories are purely based on real life incidents that have occurred in my life and those close to me. And the stories were not just stories, but emotions. They were emotions that were flowing through my heart, that my readers connected. And it's just not that the stories inspired them. People started looking at life experiences through a different perspective. The stories were bringing a positive change in their lives. And this is
Mhm.
the reason why I chose this particular niche. It is, the satisfaction of knowing that what I had written is read, felt, and appreciated by the readers, and that my beliefs have influenced my readers. This holds the topmost rank for me.
I see. And can we expect an autobiography sometime in future?
Sure, definitely.
Good, good.
I hope so.
Alak, how many books have you written to date?
Yeah. So, I have written, authored two books and co-authored 13 books. I'm
Yeah,
working on my third solo book that is expected to be published by mid this year, and the 14th co-authored book anytime now.
great. That's great. I read about the co-authoring on your website as well, actually. Uh, how long does it take for you to write one book? Is there a particular time that you target yourself? And do you write only?
Um,
It would be interesting to know for us, is do you write only one book at a time? Do you dedicate all your time to writing one at a time?
See, yeah. See, the first my first book took me almost 3 years to write. I was going in and out of writer's block, and there was full-time office work was there. Then
Mm.
traveling to and from office took away almost 3 hours of my time, and then the exhaustion that followed. Then as COVID pandemic situation engulfed the world, I was shaken too during the first week of the lockdown. But then I realized that I was gifted with time. I completed, and that was the time when I completed my first book. And after that, I was comparatively fast during my second solo book and published it within a year. And yes, after that, the first book I didn't have a target because of so many things. But yes, for the second book and my third book, I have a target that I need to, I want to. This is my target. I want to publish by this time. But then again, a lot depends on uh, the writer's zone, the to getting into the zone. Sometimes it
Yeah.
takes time. Sometimes, I write. Sometimes I'm not able to write. But but I do set a goal, and yes, I write one book at a time.
One book at a time. Good. So you can concentrate on that subject
Yes.
at that time. Now, just one more thing, going back to storytelling, being an expert, could you share some knowledge with our viewers about the elements that make up a good storyteller?
Yes,
Maybe there are people
definitely so.
who are would-be authors and would like to know
Yes.
some expert tips from you, please.
Yes, of course, definite pleasure speaking on this, subject. So, there are many ways to tell a story, and every story is a sequence of events which unfolds through time.
Hmm.
The basic structure, everybody knows, the basic structure of a story is beginning, middle, and end. So,
Okay.
no matter how they are told, every story has a special quality, and for each story, you may have felt differently, right? Sometimes you cry, you laugh, so you felt differently. While some stories engage, your mind, there are others that sways you emotionally and pulls you into the emotional wave. And like I told you just a little while back, every moment in our life is a story, and we are all storytellers. As a child, we have imagined. Just think of this. Haven't we imagined and told stories on several occasions? Maybe we don't want to go to school, or we want to go to play. Or even when we are playing in the house, we are playing doll house or playing doctor. We play teacher also, make up pillows, students. So we have created stories as a child, and
Exactly.
it is just something which came naturally and without any effort to us. And storytelling is an art that is existent since time immemorial. It is an exchange of art, culture through stories. And as a master storyteller, let me tell you that the most important and essential part of a story is the character. The aspiring authors, they have to
Hmm.
understand this, that the most important and essential part of a story is the character. And
Hmm.
characters are what stories, they are what stories make. Without them, there is no story to tell.
Hmm.
And where do you get the characters from? They come from human experiences, they come from human emotions. And when you look around and observe minutely, you will find your characters. And as an author and master storyteller, I would say that a story should be emotionally charged, have originality, and visually descriptive to be able to engage, influence, connect, teach, inspire your readers or listeners. Creating story is not easy, not easy,
Hmm.
really,
Hmm.
especially when you are starting to write, and it needs several attempts to fine tune it. You are never perfect at the very first time, but don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep writing, just keep writing. Fine tuning can be done later on, so it needs several attempts to fine tune the way you write and manifest the right qualities to make your story sparkle. But don't stop writing. And I would suggest the aspiring authors to write down your stories, whatever it is. When
Hmm.
you start from yourself, you write down your stories. You will be surprised to see that you have more stories to write than you thought. And most importantly, a good story not only connects through our mind, but through our hearts to put emotions into your story, because people
Fantastic.
connect emotionally.
Yes.
They, if you see the advertisements also nowadays, they come with little story which are which people connect to, because they have put the emotion factor element into
Absolutely.
that. The
Absolutely.
power of a story can change the world.
Yes, absolutely. That's very true. And if something you relate to personally, then you are more likely to tell it in a
Yes.
better way to people, for people to understand and relate to it. Are you also into painting, Alak?
Yes,
Oh, I see.
I started during school days. I used to just paint. You know how it is. We all have painted. But then I remember during last decade, one of my friends, he came to my house and he saw my school painting, and he says that, why don't you start painting again? And I said, all that thought never came in my mind. And then I went on Google. I checked what all I require to do oil painting. I wrote those down. I went to the shop, I bought everything, and I started painting. It's not that I've learned painting. And believe me, it gave me so much uh, solace, just to see colors splash on a white canvas. It was almost like meditation. and I would start painting with beautiful colors, and then 2-3 hours will just pass and I'll not notice anything around. The music would be on because I would love music, and I feel that painting is a kind of meditation.
Great. Yeah,
It's a stress reliever. You don't
absolutely.
have to be a master and in that.
Absolutely. And I believe that might even be helping you in your writing, right?
Thank you so much. Yes, yes,
You know, if you're painting, the stress release and all, ultimately
yes.
it should
It
help
does.
in your writing.
It does. It
Alaka,
does.
that was mostly all from my side. Before my last question, I'd just like to ask you to tell our viewers, whoever are watching, about the books that you have already published and how to get them, and about your website, if you can just have a quick
Yes, sure,
please.
definitely. Yeah. So my books, my both my books, in fact, even the co-authored books are all available worldwide on Amazon. They are available on Goodreads, on Google Books. They are available on Flipkart, and my website is authoralak.com. AUTHORALAK. Alakananda's ALAK. Authoralak.com. And yes, I have also acted in a couple of films, and my the films are also in my website. So if you want to see the films and my live shows, because I conduct live shows, nothing less than marvelous, where I invite incredible people who inspire others with their stories. The live shows are there. My quotations, my storytelling videos, everything are on my website. And one thing I would just like to tell everyone is that, we all have the potential. We all dream. There is no human who doesn't dream. And
Absolutely.
dreams do come true if we are determined, if we are diligent, and if we are persistent. I
Excellent.
think I'm talking too fast because I get so excited with all these topics, because I am living my dreams.
Absolutely.
Uh, we all have the potentials, because the limitations are only in our mind.
Yes.
When we remove the limitations from our mind, we will be able to achieve our dream. And that is what I'm doing, because I never knew that I can act, but I did get a best female actor award. I didn't know that I would be an author, and today at my age, because I will be completing 6 decades of my life soon, at this age I have started learning guitar, playing guitar too, because that used to be my childhood dream. So I want to do that. So dreams, people can fulfill dreams. You have to accept that you will face challenges, you will face limitations, there is struggles, but once you accept all that, you have to have belief in yourself. You can push past all pain, you can just move ahead. So I don't, you have not asked me this question, but I just, it just came out of me, because I'm very
This is
passionate, and I just want people to feel that they can be winners, and they can rise, and they can achieve their dreams.
brilliant. That's very inspirational and motivational, and I'm sure people listening will appreciate that, Alak. And I really appreciate not only the time you have given us, but your sharing of your brilliant thoughts. And it's been excellent to know about you, little more details about you. My last question is, would you like to leave any message for our team at TBCIN TV? I gave you a
Oh,
brief
yes.
introduction that we are a fast-growing broadcasting company, and we are in the process of going global very soon with a lot of representatives from around the world. So if you would like to give any message to our team.
Yes, of course, definitely. I would like to give. I want to wish the best to Team TBC in TV, and I am very sure you will go global very soon. Best wishes for that too. And we, like I told you, we all have dreams to do something in life, to grow, to reach out to people and make a positive impact in their life. And I'm sure your dream to go global will become a reality soon, and you grow in leaps and bounds. So best wishes once again for that.
Alakananda Pramanik, thank you very much again from our team and from TBCIN TV. It was fantastic talking to you today, and I look forward to have another chat maybe sometime again in future.
Definitely so. Definitely.
Thank you
so.
very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you. My
Thank
pleasure.
you. Have a great day. Have a great Sunday.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.